Hello everyone, I'm Ronald Mehta and welcome back to marketing91.com. We provide management and marketing training to students and professionals worldwide through our courses, videos and community. This video is part of our comprehensive take on the gamut of human resource management. Let's start with garden leave. When an employer requests that an employee not report to work after giving notice, this is known as a garden leave request. But there's a catch. The employee is instructed not to work during this notice period, but is still paid. Moving further, garden leave in the UK is a different term than in the United States, where it is termed as an administrative leave. Moving forward, the name originated as people could not work for either their former or new employment during this period. Consequently, they may end up spending time working in the garden. It is a tool that employers in the UK may use after an employee has given their notice to restrict them from reporting to the office or working from their homes or perhaps any other place for a certain amount of time. Hence, working in the garden, that's the reason garden leave. Moving forward, reasons for companies to offer such a leave. In the case of an employee joining a rival company, the garden leave clause in an employment contract is most commonly employed. This serves as a sort of a buffer zone betwixt their present position and their intended future one. This effectively prohibits employees from learning any private business information and sharing it with your rival company. Another benefit of putting an employee on garden leave is that it allows another individual to step into their old position without being impeded. Individuals who are on leave are also not given access to that data about the future that would be useful to another organization, such as future business plans. Additionally, you have plenty of time in searching for a successor for the vacant position to find and train the candidate without being significantly hampered by the departing employee. So this works beautifully in the favor of the company looking for new candidates. Moving forward, it may also happen that employers may wish to conceal the company's intentions from employees in the event of an unfriendly dismissal. To do this, they might cover up all the critical information with garden leaves to prevent leaks or improper usage of that particular information. The garden leaves can be used as a break while the person transitions from one position to another in the best case situation where they are leaving the organization on a positive note. Moving further, what should employees expect during garden leave? Employees are obligated to respect the terms and conditions outlined in the contract while on garden leave. However, they are not required to perform any work. The majority of the time, they are excluded from corporate activities and are not required to report to work. Professionals on garden leave are still eligible to income, privileges, and advantages comparable to those enjoyed by the normal staff, but they are not permitted to access to their workplace, their co-workers, or even corporate records. Moving forward, a summary of privileges enjoyed by the employee during garden leave. First, compensation. Every benefit and perk described in the contract of employment, leave with pay, statutory perks, and equal treatment. Moving on, let's look at the advantages and disadvantages of the garden leave, firstly in the case of employers. Make sure a worker will be on hand to answer questions before they leave. Make sure the tasks are transferred properly. Prohibits a departing employee from getting accessibility to certain sensitive areas of an organization. And finally, can keep a worker from going to work for a rival company immediately. Next, the disadvantages are, first, it can be costly, especially in the case of senior executives. Then, work output is essentially nil for the remuneration paid out. Garden leave is governed by volatile laws which often change. And finally, it may even deter potential hires. Moving on to the advantages and disadvantages to the employees. First, the salary is provided for a specific period, as in leave with pay. In exchange for remuneration, low to almost no work hours are required. New opportunities may be explored to start post-expiry of the garden leave. So in that particular period of garden leave, the employee can plan their future actions. And compensation and benefits continue to accrue. Well, the disadvantages are, first, restrictions apply for the duration of the leave. Personal satisfaction from work is depleted if you're looking at job satisfaction. Lengthy leaves may impact career plans, for example, 90 days. It can restrict you from moving. And finally, in the case of termination, it may reflect poorly on the employee. Moving on to an example of garden leave in the United States. In the middle of 2018, Massachusetts passed the Garden Clause provision, becoming the first state to do so in the United States of America, according to Associated Press. So that's it, folks. This brings an end to the topic on garden leave. These are the list of sources and links referred to for our content in the video. Thank you and stay tuned for more such videos.